This is a crazy question. I'm going to ask it anyway.
Love it.
Ready for this one?
This could go anywhere.
Here it is. This is a totally crazy, off-the-wall question.
Yes.
Has Tom Brady figured it out?
Like it being like the secret of life, or
well, that's a little bit more macro for a show like this, Chris. No, has he figured it out? Because, Don, if you can get that graphic from our first segment on our Wednesday show, we want to see a Super Bowl won in the first iteration of somebody's contract, right? You draft them, you draft the kid, you make serious hay with the kid, and you win a championship with the kid because you know you're going to end up having to pay this kid.
Right.
And market value for said kid, as we've just seen with Dak and Patrick Mahomes, is a lot of money. And you can move cap numbers around for the beginning of the contract to make sure that you don't have to totally blow your team up on the spot because they're taking up 20% of the cap or 20 some odd percent of the cap. I mean, you see Matt Ryan's now making up 22% of the cap of a team that in the Atlanta Falcons that is drafting 4th overall. You got an aging quarterback that's 22% of your cap. Julio Jones is over 10% of your cap too. He can't even stay healthy for your quarterback that's out there fighting for his life at 22% of the cap. You win 4 games. I mean, that's not where you want to be. You want to be in a position where you've won a championship with somebody in their first contract, so you know when you pay them, pizze them, overpay them, maybe to use the phrase of Jerry Jones, that you're at least you know what you got in this quarterback, and maybe you can rebuild or retool or plan for the future with other expensive players and try to win. Or do you get a quarterback that will just take less? I know that sounds nutty, right? I know that sounds crazy. How do you find that person?
Well,
because out of everything about Brady's remarkable talents and everything about Brady's remarkable lifestyle and how he's constantly eating right, he's got 7 trophies, and he's never been paid like Dak, and he's never been paid like Russell Wilson's being paid or Mahomes is being paid. He's never sat there and said, you know, I've got to get that. He's always taken less. And put it all together with that talent and with that neck up ability to process and assess in real time prior to snap, leading up to a game, having that experience all in this body that seems to defy time and age because of the way that he's constantly living life all the time, cutting off the ends of a banana and eating chia seeds and and all of that. And then put it up on the screen, not just him winning his championships here, but
what a great photo.
You know, he's won 4 of the last 5 championships of the Super Bowl of somebody who's not on their rookie deal. Again, the last 10 years of the NFL, we talked about it yesterday. I'll keep reiterating this because this is the way that you're putting the puzzle pieces together in the NFL now, is because you're not paying someone out of college and drafting them the highest paid amount in the history of your franchise, which is what it used to be when you drafted a quarterback in the top 5, top 10, first round. You paid them a lot of money. Now they're slotted. So you can see what you have in them. So if you don't have that, okay, if you don't strike it rich, figuratively, with somebody in their rookie contract, then you've got to win it with somebody in their second, third, or multiple years down the road contracts. Brady has won 6 of the 10 Super Bowls in this new year, a new collective bargaining world where you try to win with a rookie contract, and if you can't, what do? He's won 4 of the 6 Super Bowls in the last 10 years. I mean, he's won 4 of the Super Bowls in the last 10 years, and since Super Bowl 44, Eli Manning was the first, I guess, right there that was not on a rookie deal. And then Tom Brady, after that, won Super Bowl 49. Peyton won Super Bowl 50. Then he won Super Bowl 51. Brady, and then Brady's won the last 2. And so he has not once eaten up more than 12.6% of the team's cap. Has he figured it out?
Well,
is what I'm saying.
the one thing he does have figured out, he's one of one, right? He's the only NFL quarterback married to the world's greatest supermodel.
Oh, come on. It's
Look,
not
man,
like...
I really think that has a lot to do with it.
But it's not...
He's able to, quote unquote, take less because he's not the sole breadwinner of his house.
That has to play a little bit of a part.
I think that has to play in.
Like Del Tufo posted that on Twitter yesterday. Somebody had brought up the fact that Brady never takes, X amount of money. His wife is worth how much, Mike? 400 million?
Yeah, she's worth like.
So you're saying because the household collectively is taken care of between the two of them in a way that makes them generationally wealthy, he never felt compelled to stick craft?
You have to.
I really think that's a factor.
It might only be 20%. But it's there.
He's able to take less than like market value, whatever you say. You say it's his turn. So, how many times would it have been Brady's turn?
Yeah, like if he was married to Jane instead of Giselle. Yeah, and the other thing, you've got the Mannings up there who come from I'd say, pretty comfortable financial backing.
They're not. But Peyton Peyton winning his Super Bowl. Not on a rookie deal, was him in his last year. Yeah, and then Eli, was not on his rookie deal either.
But Eli is one of the highest paid players in NFL history.
But he was making $14 million a year. It was earlier on than like if Eli was doing that now, right? He might be being paid if he was Mahomes' age, if he was the age of, Dak. That's maybe the way it would be. Right. So timing might be in that case. I don't know, man. Brady was taking less than before he was with Giselle. I mean, you know what? He's always taken less than. Before his household was created, he was always doing that.
That's true, but the first Patriots dynasty
obviously
was
it helps. Obviously it would be helpful if, let's just say, you inherited money too, that you don't need it.
But I also think, to your point about timing, just think about what was the salary cap in 2003. A lot different than it is in 2018, now 2021. So I also think that's a factor.
I just think, again, you take a look at the two most successful players in the NFL and in the NBA, right? Of our generation. It's Tom Brady and Michael Jordan, right? Mm-hmm. They're still chasing, God rest his soul, Kobe came close, right? They're still chasing Jordan. LeBron's chasing him still, right? Jordan took less too all the time. Now he wanted his towards the end, right?
Well, he's also had side stuff.
Hold on. Oh, Mike. I mean, I'm not going to sit here. What side stuff? Like his
Nike, Gatorade.
I thought you meant other side stuff.
I'm talking about the extra.
Yeah. No, I know that.
Sponsors.
I know that. So that might have been his ability to say, I'll take less in my playing career.
I mean, that had to be a little bit of a fact.
I mean, we could be wrong, but it just bears kind of pointing that stuff out.
Pointing out.
I just think to say that it's a complete non-factor is a little short-sighted. I think it definitely played into Brady being like.
I'm sure. I'm sitting here and trying to put the puzzle pieces together. And I think you'll be hearing it over and over and over again. And I think we've been, at the forefront of that conversation is that in the NFL, that's why the Jets are going to maybe restart the clock on Darnold. That's why you're always going to try and restart the clock. And you're going to see a lot of teams try and restart the clock with their quarterbacks. Their quarterback situation. Would the Bears be better off restarting the clock with their quarterback situation right now? I think so. But if they can't or they won't, then they need to get somebody who can win them a championship and doesn't break the bank for them.
Right.
But I'm also a guy, what you can get when you can get it.
I get it,
and I get that.
So I don't begrudge Dak for doing what he's doing or anything like that. But maybe on Dak's, now that Dak's gotten what he's gotten, in his next contract, where you're already reading it well, great contract because his next one that he's up,
even more.
The money's going to be more television, and the gambling money is going to start coming into the NFL.
Yes, it is.
And if you win the Super Bowl,
and so he's going to get much more. Or
it'll just be 31.
I would counsel him. You got your money. Take less. Look what Brady did. Look what Jordan did. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.